Ever wondered if an Olympic sport could get so intense, it spills out of the arena and into a real-life duel? Well, it happened, and the sport was fencing. A battle of lightning-fast footwork, razor-sharp timing, and a legacy forged in centuries of actual swordplay. This isn't just about scoring points. It's a mental chess match at 100 miles an hour. Let's travel back to the early days of the modern Olympics. Fencing was already a cornerstone event, a tribute to its noble and deadly history. But for some, the line between sport and combat was still blurry. The story goes that after a fiercely disputed bout, two of the world's top fencers found their pride wounded beyond repair. The official decision just didn't sit right. The handshake, the polite applause, it wasn't enough to settle the score. So they made a pact. Away from the judges, away from the cheering crowds, they would meet again. Not on the Olympic piste, but on a secluded field at dawn. This time there would be no electronic scoring, no protective gear designed for safety. This would be a duel of honor, fought with sharp steel, just as their ancestors had done for generations. Imagine that scene, the early morning mist hanging low, the world still asleep. Two figures, once teammates or respected rivals, now facing each other as adversaries. The only sounds are the chirping of birds and the chilling slide of steel as their blades cross. This wasn't about a gold medal anymore. It was about pride, reputation, and a deep-seated code of honor that sport hadn't yet managed to tame. The duel was brief, and thankfully, not fatal. But the scandal it created was massive. It sent shockwaves through the Olympic Committee. This was supposed to be a celebration of athletic achievement, a peaceful competition between nations. The idea that its athletes were taking their grievances to the dueling ground was a public relations nightmare. It forced the governing bodies to take a long, hard look at the rules and the culture of the sport. This single event became a catalyst for change. Stricter regulations were put in place, not just for safety, but to reinforce the boundary between athletic competition and genuine combat. The focus shifted entirely to sportsmanship, technical skill, and scoring points within a controlled, safe environment. The romance of the duel had to be left in the history books. Today, modern fencing is a marvel of technology and safety. The flexible blades, the protective masks, the electronic scoring systems that register a touch with pinpoint accuracy, it's a far cry from a misty field at dawn. But if you watch closely, you can still see the echoes of its dueling past. Look at a fencer's stance, the end guard position. It's a posture of readiness, perfectly balanced for both attack and defense. It's the same stance a duelist would have taken centuries ago. The footwork, the explosive advance lunge, the swift retreat, it's not just about covering distance on the piste. It's about controlling the space between you and your opponent, a life-or-death calculation from a bygone era. And the language of fencing itself is a living history lesson. Terms like parry, riposte, and touché are direct descendants of the French dueling tradition. When a fencer acknowledges a hit by saying touché, they're not just admitting a point was scored. They're echoing the duelist's acknowledgement of a successful strike. It's a nod to a time when that touch would have had far more serious consequences. Every feint, every beat on the opponent's blade, every explosive attack, it all carries the DNA of real sword fighting. The psychological game is just as intense. Fencers are trying to read their opponent's intentions, to set traps, to force a mistake. It's a high-speed conversation where the words are the movements of the blade. This mental fortitude was just as crucial for a duelist trying to survive as it is for a modern Olympian trying to win gold. So the next time you watch a fencing match, remember what you're really seeing. It's not just two athletes in white trying to poke each other with bendy swords. You're watching a living, breathing piece of history. A sport that had to be tamed, a martial art that was transformed into an athletic contest, but one that never fully lost its soul. The spirit of the duel is still there, hidden beneath the mesh of the mask and the buzz of the scoring machine. It's in the fencer's eyes, in their strategic mind, and in the respect they show their opponent after the final point is scored. The story of the Olympic duel is a powerful reminder that sports are more than just games. They are a reflection of our history, our culture, and our primal instincts, refined and channeled into something beautiful and competitive. While modern fencing is safer, that edge, that whisper of its dangerous past, is precisely what makes it so captivating. Were you surprised to hear about this hidden chapter of Olympic history? It really makes you think about the evolution of sports. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you think sports should hold on to more of their warrior roots, or is the move towards total safety always the right path? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more untold tales from the world of sports. We'll see you in the next one.